All right. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Joey.
Good morning.
Thank you, everyone, for joining on today. Excited to have you for a very special Focus Friday. We are excited to be joined by Joey Loya of our marketing team for a special staff spotlight. So thank you, Joey, for being with us this morning.
Of course.
So wanted to give kind of just a quick little introduction to these new staff spotlights that we're going to be starting on our Focus Fridays here and there. We wanted to make sure that you know that, whether you are an individual agent or you're on a team of agents, you do have a support team behind you. And so we want to introduce you to some of the people on the support team. You've got some really cool people who are backing you up with various things from marketing to TC to all sorts of different things on our corporate services team. So we wanted to just introduce you two different members of your support team one by one. So we've got Joey here with us this morning, who's going to share a little bit about himself and help you get to know him and what it is that he does to support you every day. So really excited to have you, Joey, and let's get into it. So a little bit about Joey. If you've not had the opportunity to meet Joey, he joined our marketing team back in March of 2022 as our lead marketing concierge. Joey has a bachelor's degree in web design and computer development, a bachelor's degree in fine arts and illustration, and an associate's degree in secondary art education. So noticing a little bit of theme, I think creativity is kind of your thing here.
Right.
So very, very artsy, very creative, and has a lot of background in, the arts and web design and that sort of thing. So Joey has been in the world of real estate marketing since 2013. He's got some experience in graphic design, photography, videography, web design, social media. So has done a little bit of everything in the real estate marketing space. He is originally from Hayborn, Idaho, and is now living in Seattle, Washington with his partner, Rich. So recently made that move a couple of months ago, a month or two ago to Seattle. So a little bit of an adjustment from Idaho, but hope you're enjoying that and really excited to have everyone get to know you a little bit more on today's call. I have the pleasure of working with you every day, but I know not a lot of people might have put a face to the name. So I want to get started, let Joey do most of the talking here. So Joey, why don't you kind of start off, just share a little bit about your background. What is it that you enjoy doing is in the real estate marketing space? Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you for that awesome introduction. For those of you who I have met or who I have talked to, hello again. And for those who I have not, hello. So my background in real estate and what I really enjoyed in the space is that it's ever evolving. Social media is this whole big beast of videos, and there's always ways to track or improve systems and processes that are in order. So I'm kind of a nerd at heart, so that just numbers. I'm like, yes. So that's what I really enjoy and love about real estate.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely trackable. Definitely keeps us on our toes. Always new things to kind of keep an eye out for there. So that's awesome. Something a lot of people might not know about you is this isn't your first marketing position with Coldwell Banker. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that? I know that was kind of a big thing when you were starting off with us. You were really excited to be able to stick with a Coldwell Banker. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I've been part of many organizations as far as like small boutiques, other bigger ones, but Coldwell Banker, there's something different. I went to Gen Blue once, and it was just a whole experience of there's a ton of people like-minded wanting the same thing. Super awesome experience to be a part of. So as far as Coldwell Banker is concerned, there's just this energy from everything from the back end admin people to the agents, and there's this just wanting to serve and do the best we can. So if everybody's just wanting to do the best, the clients just are awesome. Yeah, they win.
Absolutely. Love that. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now. What is your current role? How is it that you support the agents currently as a lead marketing concierge?
Yeah, so basically what that means, and forgive my poor analogy, but I'm the quarterback. So I can schedule things from like photos to making sure the proofs get done, following up with agents, or just making sure things are in a happy, good place. That's what I like to think of it. If they're not happy, I'm not happy. And if that's a couple edits, that's totally fine.
Yeah, it's good to know. I I hear from a lot of agents who are like, oh, I feel so bad. I've reached out to Joey, 5 times today. Like, that's what we're here for.
Oh yeah, totally fine.
That's awesome. Yeah, and Joey, for those who aren't familiar, he primarily manages all of our marketing packages.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you ordered a CV1, CV2, CV3, anything like that in the last year or so, Joey has been the one running point on those, and just kind of making sure that you have everything you need to be marketing your listing effectively. And really, he's there to take it off of your plate. So he's there to make sure that goes smoothly. So really lucky to have Joey running point and making sure all of the pieces fall into place without you having to keep that on your to-do list. So really appreciate all that you do to kind of keep all of those balls in the air for the marketing packages and helping agents.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit more about that. What should an agent know? If they're thinking of working with you, maybe they haven't worked with you before in a marketing package. What do they need to do?
So if you haven't worked with us before in marketing packages, it's just a great resource as far as like the value is right there up front. It's super impressive. I mean, if you're going to get photography, why not add postcards and social media blasts and e-flyers? Like if you're going to, with the cost, basically photography alone would cover the package. So getting a package, you get the photography, you get all these other extras. It's just awesome. And plus, like you said, it's kind of my job to make sure that I'm on top of it and making sure that I'm following up so that you don't have to worry about that part.
Yeah, for sure. Just take it off of your plate. I know a lot of people maybe don't enjoy the marketing side of things. That's what we do. That's what we're here for, and we love it. So just kind of handing that off to someone who really enjoys it and really kind of gets into that creative side of helping you make sure that everything is in place to be effectively marketing is really important. So I love that. And I forgot to mention too, if anyone does have any questions for Joey, please feel free to put them in the chat and we will go through. We've got a little rapid fire marketing package FAQ coming up as well. So if you have anything you've been wondering or have anything that's on your mind or just want questions for Joey, put those in the chat and we will get to those in just a little bit here. I want to make sure I mentioned that. So we have a lot of people who wonder what do they expect if they order marketing package or if they reach out to you to help with marketing their listing. What are some things that they can expect to timeline wise and all of that? What would someone expect as far as the process when they reach out to you to work with you?
Yeah, so so first off, you order the marketing package about 2 weeks before you actually are going live with the property. That's for really the photographers to make sure that they have enough time to schedule it, especially in the busier seasons. They do get booked really quickly. Sorry, the joys of working remote, everybody together. So then number two, photographers take about 3 to 5 days to get the photos back to us. Once that happens, I have 24 to 48 hours to turn those proofs around back to you. So if it is Friday at 4:50 and I just didn't get to it, that would just bump up to Monday morning. That's also super important to know for scheduling, things like that. Let's see. Then materials get ordered the day that you say approved, things look great, I'm happy. I just go right into ordering, make sure that the property is live on the CBIQ so that I have something to attach to. But for like flat or postcards and things like that, I can order those up to 7 days out just because they take a little bit longer. So if you're more prepared and you know that you're going live on a Tuesday and it's Friday of the week before, we could probably work something out there. So that's super important to know. Let's see here. And then day of going live, that's when the digital marketing gets done. Because again, I need that link to attach it to. So that's your e-flyers and all your social media push gets done day of. So within 24 hours of the listing going live. I had that in my notes.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really important to know too, is that if you do have a specific day that you have in mind for that listing to go live, that you are we can help you to time out everything beforehand. We do have a calendar. If you go into your CBIQ company files section, and I can pull it up real quick here to show you, but we do have a calendar that you can actually go in and map out. If you really want your postcards to hit mailboxes on this specific day, we can kind of work backwards with you to make sure that we can figure out the correct date to get everything timed so that you have your print materials hitting at the correct time, and then that we're launching all of your social media and your digital materials on the day that it goes live as well. So that's a really good point. And you can find that timeline information again in your CBIQ company files section under the marketing folder, but you can always just reach out to us and say, hey, I have this date in mind. And we can work backwards with you on that as kind of a deadline for making sure that everything kind of hits at the right time. So that's a really good point too. And you also mentioned, just the process of communication that, you are following up with the agent and making sure that everything is approved before anything does go out. So again, if you do have some changes, that is totally fine. That Joey will work with you to kind of make sure that you have everything looking exactly how you want.
Yeah.
So that's a great point too. And Joey's been working really hard to try to make that process super clear and transparent. So, you'll place your order, you'll get an email right away from him with, here are all the steps, everything that's coming up next. So that's a great thing that Joey's been working on as well. It's just kind of making sure everything is transparent. You always know what's coming up and what to expect.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So I want you to tell us a little bit about kind of the impact of these marketing packages. What can someone expect as far as the results? What is the exposure that we're getting? What are some of the kind of success stories that you've had working with these marketing packages over the last close to a year?
Yeah, so the numbers, like I told you, the numbers make me super excited. So there's about 4,498 online views, 5,827 social media impressions, which is super impressive. And you're averaging around 25 social ad engine leads every time we do that. It's pretty cool. I love to see agents this is their first marketing package, get all that exposure, and then they're just blown away by how many people were touched by it. So that's super awesome. Somebody like Kelsey Renovier, we just sold a Snowcat out there, and it was 10 days under contract, and she was able to get a listing from an opportunity thanks to a referral. So that was pretty cool. I love it when I hear agents be like, yeah, that postcard really worked and I want more. And I'm like, turns out I can help you with that. I love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love to hear those kinds of stories. And that's really the goal of these marketing packages is, yes, we want to help you sell your listing and get it out to as many people as possible. But really, the ultimate goal in that is to help you to win more listings. And so we always love to hear stories of, people who we were able to help with marketing and that it resulted in more business for them, because that's really why we're here, is to help you sell that listing, win more listings, and keep you busy. So
and just to add on to that, there's been times where agents, they get busy and stuff like that. So like I'm trying to continually remind and follow up. Sometimes I have agents who are like, oh, yeah, I thought you had already done that, or it totally spaced it. And they're like, oh, thanks for the reminder. Let's go. And I'm like, all thumbs up. Let's go.
Yep, absolutely. That's the goal. You don't have to think about it. We've got it all on our calendar. We've got a whole system on our end to make sure that nothing falls through the cracks there, and that you don't have to think about, when are my postcards going out, when is my social media post going up. It's all taken care of by Joey. So that's fantastic. So what is your favorite part of your job? I know you really enjoy working with the agents and kind of that customer service aspect of it. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So whenever Todd or somebody else is up here talking about agents who are succeeding or teams, I just love recognizing the names. I'm like, oh, obviously it wasn't the one post like marketing package that I did, but I recognize the names. And so it's really cool to see those agents just rising and flourishing. It's just awesome. To me, it feels like I had some sort of small little input in there, and I'm like, yay. Those are small wins for me.
Yes, definitely, for sure. And it's always cool to, to see the impact that you're having and helping agents. And of course, that's what we're here for, is to help, provide that experience that's going to help you grow your business.
Yeah.
So I love that. So last thing before we get into our marketing package, kind of rapid fire some questions at you. What tips would you have for an agent who maybe has maybe new to the business or new to the company, and they want some tips for helping their listing to stand out? What are a couple of your top kind of things that you would suggest to an agent?
Honestly, planning. That's the biggest part of this. If you have a clear timeline that you're trying to hit, just letting us know that, we are super accommodating to that, and we can help make sure that everything is lined up pretty smooth, so there is a smooth process. It's kind of hard when it's we have an open house and it's this Saturday and it's Friday at 4:30. We can help, but also planning that out just a little bit more would be super helpful for both us and you and the outcome of the open house. So also within planning, take advantage of the sneak peek and the exclusive look. Those are 24 hours before it hits the MLS. We could actually like show a ton of agents that way. So just being sure that I have photos and copy ready to go 24 hours before the listing goes live, super helpful, and you take full advantage of that. So
definitely. And the exclusive look is a great point as well, because I think a lot of people maybe aren't sure how to leverage that tool. So exclusive look sneak peek, if you're not familiar with it, is a tool within CB Desk. And that actually connects all of the whole Coldwell Banker network. So not just distinctive properties, that's all of Coldwell Banker has access to that. And you're actually able to put in your listing to be marketed to other Coldwell Banker agents up to 24 hours before the listing goes live. So that's another reason why Joey is stressing the importance of the timeline here, is because if we are able to get that, to have that timeline and know that your listing is going live on a certain day, we can plan out and do that for you, so that you can have that little bit of extra marketing to that network of Coldwell Banker agents through exclusive look. So that's a really powerful tool too, and a good point. Planning ahead is always helpful. Whether it's an open house or whatnot, you always want to make sure that you are kind of lining up your plan ahead of time. And a marketing package is a really easy way to do that, just by letting us know kind of what that is, so we can time things out on our end.
Yeah, the royalty.
Yeah.
Okay, so a few questions that we have commonly coming up for in regards to marketing packages. We have a lot of people wondering, are they only for residential listings? Do you have options for other types of listings as well? Can you kind of walk through the different different categories that we have set up for different listings?
Sure. So they're not just for residential. We have commercial packages as well as vacant lot. So we have vacant land packages and also new development packages. These have multiple, within commercial, there's I think 3, and vacant land falls under that residential. So there are options. So don't feel like if I have a residential, I don't have a commercial option. So there are options. We can help you find those with just this booklet, and it has everything that every listing comes through.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do have our marketing services directory as well that kind of lists out all the different options. So if you have maybe a listing that doesn't fit into the typical box, we have options for fractional listings and new developments, new builds, all sorts of different things. And you can find some of those different options in our marketing services directory. So if you go to our education website, changelivesacademy.com, we've tried to make it really easy to lay out all of the different options that you have available to you. And those marketing package links are there. But of course, if you have something that might not fit into the typical box of a marketing package, you're always welcome to reach out to us, and we can come up with a plan with you to make sure that whatever the situation is, that we can help out with marketing that listing. But yes, definitely lots of different options for residential and commercial and whatever type of listing that you may have. Okay, next question. We get this one a lot. Are templates customizable?
Yes, they are. So a lot of agents have been doing price reductions and things like that. So what I'll end up doing is just changing the title, making sure that it says, if they have the math printed out for me, because math is hard, like price improvement by this much amount, and then we'll have a new stuff. So definitely things are customizable. Open houses are customizable with different agents and stuff like that, hosting them and stuff. So there is a level of customization that can happen.
Definitely. And as you mentioned earlier, yes, and you always see a proof beforehand too. So we'll always send you a proof with our templates, but if you say, I'd rather have this photo swapped out or this verbiage changed, that's always an option, and you'll always see everything before it does go out. Before we send anything out, you'll have that chance to approve and make any changes that you'd like. So great. Awesome there. And what about if someone has an open house? Can they get some extra little marketing help to promote their open house, their sphere?
Yes, that is an awesome thing that is happening more often. So with open houses, if it's a marketing package, we'll just produce those. And if it's outside of a marketing package, like if you have a regular listing and you didn't use the marketing packages, you can use the a la carte services, and we can produce social media graphics and a new flyer for you. It's
awesome.
easy.
Yes. And what about a price adjustment? We've been seeing quite a few price sessions lately. And obviously when that happens, you do want to make sure that you are kind of blasting that out again. Is that something you can help with, Joey?
Yes, and I've been doing a few of those too. So we have a system ready to go. Just let me know. Again, that communication piece.
Awesome. And so again, want to reiterate this timeline piece. What is your recommendation for when an agent should order a marketing package if they have a specific deadline or date in mind for the listing to go live in the MLS?
I mean, ideally 2 weeks. And again, that's less because I want to be a stickler, and that's more just protection for you, just to make sure you get in contact with the photographer and get on their schedule. Again, like I said, those busy months get pretty hairy. So as a good rule of thumb, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, awesome. And that kind of answers our next question, but I want to bring it up anyways, because I think this is a little bit of a myth when it comes to ordering marketing packages. Do you have to have your listing in the MLS before you order your marketing package? You have to have that MLS number first.
Yeah. So it doesn't actually have to be live. So we can get the photos scheduled. We can get proofs like ready to go as much as possible. And then once you do go live, or once we get those photos, we can insert them into the template. We can get the proofs to you that much sooner. And then once you're ready to go live, we can just hit the ground running.
Awesome. Yes, good point. We get that question all the time. Is, I don't have the MLS number yet, but I really want to get this going. And yes, and we always recommend, make that great first impression. When your listing goes live, you want to have those professional photos. You want to have that social media graphic ready to go the minute that it hits the MLS. So make sure that you are making that great first impression by kind of planning ahead a little bit and just kind of letting us know this is the date that we're going live, and we can help you make sure that you have everything in place so that when it goes live, you are good to go and you can really make that great first impression.
Yeah, I have had agents who were like, give me a heads up, and they fill it out, and I already have all the templates ready to go. So when we do get those photos, it just makes it that much faster.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. All right, last question. What if somebody is maybe needing some marketing help, not sure who to contact, where do they go?
Yeah. So if you don't know if your question involves me, Carrie, or Sarah, or anybody else, just email the marketing@cbdistinctive.com, and that'll hit us all. And whoever has the best answer, I guess, will tag in and help you out with that. So no questions are needed to know exactly where they go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a good point. So whether it's a social media question or not sure how to set up your agent website, or you're looking to maybe order a marketing package or need some postcards, that email address will kind of get to all of us and make sure that you get a response right away. So wanted to bring that up, as well as we get a lot of questions of, I'm not quite sure who the right person is. Don't want to bother anyone, and you never are. So always reach out, and we're always happy to kind of see how we can help you with whatever marketing questions you might have. So as we wrap up here, please put any questions in the chat. And we do have one from Chelsea, and she asked, do you have to have professional photos for the postcards? And that's a great question. And the answer is yes. So we do recommend professional postcards or professional photos for all of your listings, whether you're ordering a marketing package or not. That is just best practice. You do want to make sure that you are having those professional photos taken. Just again, and the reason for that is the goal with these marketing packages is not just to help you sell your current listing, but really to help you win more listings. We want you to have a really great portfolio that you can then take to a next listing appointment and say, this is what I did for my previous listing. This is how it worked. And we think professional photos are a really important part of that. So yes, we do require professional photos for the postcards, and have built those into all of our marketing packages to include professional photos to some degree. So there's the amount depends on which package you choose, but all of them do have professional photos, which we think is a really important part of those marketing packages.
And they look so much cooler with them.
Yes.
The designs look great, but the nice photos.
Yeah.
Very on top.
Definitely. Yeah. And how that works is we have preferred photographers in each of our markets. So again, we've got a couple of different people on our marketing team who have that eye for photography. I'm not one of them, unfortunately, but we do have a couple of Joey, and then Sierra has a great eye for professional photos as well. So just kind of, we will go through and vet some different photographers in each of our areas. And we put together a list of people who do a really nice job And those are the photographers that we recommend as part of our marketing packages. But you're welcome to use whichever photographer you prefer. If you do have a different one that you work with, that's totally fine as well. Awesome. Any other questions? If you please feel free to put them in the chat or the Q&A section. Otherwise, if we don't see anything here, we can wrap up a couple of minutes early. Anything else that you'd like everyone to know, Joey?
Yeah, so I'm a normal person. Look forward to hearing from you guys all, and I'm a nice person. So honestly, if you have questions, concerns, anything like that, or the edit process, like you said, I've had agents who want to switch out photos, and they email me and they're like, I feel so bad for asking this. I'm like, not even a worry in the world. We got this.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Joey. It's been great. I hope everyone got a chance to get to know you a little bit better and is then comfortable reaching out with any sort of marketing questions or support they might need. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, Joey, for being here. What do you want to remind everyone? We will not have a Focus Friday next week due to Thanksgiving. Our offices will be closed Thursday and Friday. So if you do need anything, please feel free to reach out to us. Today, early next week, we will be around, but we will not be on Focus Friday next week, as we will be celebrating Thanksgiving, as I hope you will as well. So thank you everyone for being here. Hope you have a great weekend and a happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.